Chafing Armor Podcast, Episode 5, The Witch's Pool. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Michael, and with me tonight is Riley. Riley, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm Riley, and I'm playing Torrent Wobbletail, a blue Axolotl cleric ready for an adventure.
Indeed. And also with us tonight is James. James, tell us who you will be playing.
Hello, everyone. My name is James, and I am playing Lexicon, a Warforged bard who just took a dive.
He did indeed. Blunk, blunk, blunk. And also with us tonight is Dare. Dare, tell us who you will be playing.
Howdy, everyone. I'm playing a Fey Rabbit alchemist named Jack Hasenpfefffer.
And also we have our special guest tonight. Michael, will you introduce yourself and tell us who you will be playing?
Yes, I am Michael, and I'll be playing Elaris Nightrunner, a wood elf ranger searching for his lost sister.
Indeed. And just real quickly, Michael, can you tell everybody what you do? Because you got some cool D&D stuff going on. Let everybody know real quick.
Yes, I am the co-creator of Red Dirt D&D, an actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast with music and sound effects like a classic radio show. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
We'll find out more about that later. When we last left our players, they had journeyed into the Shrouded Maw, a series of haunted hills that are known to be incredibly dangerous. The way to avoid them is not going in there. For some reason, the creatures and things in the Shrouded Maw do not come onto the path of the paths of Hyboria. However, once you cross over, all bets are off. However, our players have journeyed into the Shrouded Maw in search of a place or person called the Archivist. However, due to some poor rolls, they'd gotten a little lost, got attacked by a graveyard creature, which nearly took out poor Jack. However, they were saved by a Elaris Nightrunner, an elf who was on a quest of his own, who came in to help out and is now helping them find this archivist location. However, while passing through, they found the Witch's Pool, which is known to give prophecy, but may come at a price. And while it did give some new knowledge to our Warforged, who has lost his memory, Lexicon, it seemed to demand the price now and cast you out, and the ground began to vibrate, and something is emerging from the pool. And out of the pool comes the figure of a woman, and you hear... And she turns and looks at all of you, and as the moonlight spills over her face, you realize that half of her face is rotten. This is an undead hag.
Ooh.
And I need you all to roll for initiative.
We're gonna all die again.
No, hags are really easy, you guys. They're really easy. They don't have any magic powers. I'll have you. I'll give you one thing: is the hag rolled like crap. So maybe you can take her down before she destroys you all utterly.
Okay, yep. Jack got a 22.
22. That is nice for Jack.
Yeah.
And for Torrent?
I got a 17.
17 for Torrent. Nice. Coming in strong. Lexicon?
16.
16. Nice. And for our guest, Elaris, what did you roll?
I rolled a nat 20 for a 23.
Woo!
Nice. Y'all rolled amazing. The hag rolled a 1. So even with their bonuses, that's not going to come above Lexicon. So she is going dead last. So your elven speed and ranger reflexes kick into high gear. You have moment. Now, this did not happen when you submerged yourself into the pool. However, you sensed something like kind of for lack of a better term, clawing at you, and you manage to, I don't know, succeed against it, like maybe a wisdom saving throw, and which did not happen here. I would like you to tell us what you'd like to do, Elaris.
I'm guessing it's been more than an hour since the last battle.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I figured. Okay, yes, because we actually took a short rest. So I'm going to take a bonus action. Can I reach this creature in melee?
Yeah, you are all relatively close.
Excellent. I will bonus action cast Hunter's Mark on it. And I will attack with my first short sword on it with not a good one. How about a 12?
Yeah, 12 will not hit.
All right, with 12, because I attacked with a short sword, no, it's got to do damage on that. So I will do my second attack on it. That's even worse. Bad rolls. Get rid of that D20. With a 10 on that one. So miss on both of them. I was so freaked out by this thing. This thing is really creeping me out badly. So just completely whiff on both of those attacks.
So on the second attack, she actually catches your sword, and you see it bite into her flesh slightly, her undead flesh, and she turns her head towards you, and she says, "Come back for more." And that will bring us to Jack.
So Jack, having had the wrong end of a sword hit him, how far away is he from the hag?
He's you're like 10 feet away. Y'all were all near the pool when he went in.
And so Jack will use his rabbit hop and leap back 10 feet as his bonus action and move another 10 feet beyond that, and then bring up his magical construct of a squirt gun and squirt the hag with Tasha's Caustic Brew.
I love it.
So he is well out of her reach, hopefully. At 30.
And is that an attack or a saving throw?
Let's see. Succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Otherwise, they take 2d4 acid damage.
That is a natural 1.
Oh,
so
good.
even with their bonuses, that is a failure.
Okay. And so they take 5 points of acid damage this round and 2d4 every round thereafter.
Okay.
Till they scrape it off.
You don't know what's going on with this thing, but it is not immune to acid as it screams as its rotting face. Its mostly rotted eyeball actually just pops as the acid bubbles into it. You don't know if that eye was very functional, but it is gone now. And is there anything else you would like to do on your turn, Jack?
Jack makes sure that he is 30 feet away, at least 30 feet away from the hag, and will be supporting his friends. Go, everybody! Go! You can do it!
What is the name of your god, Torrent?
Kimberly. She is a Greek goddess of storms and seas. Often seen as Poseidon's enforcer.
Of storms and seas. So I would like you to make a roll for me. That would be religion.
Religion. Alright, that is going to be a 15.
15? Okay. So you feel like a sudden surge through your trident. Do you have a holy symbol, or is it the trident itself?
It is the trident itself. It has storm engravings and wave engravings on it, along with decorative painted. They're not real shells, it's just the metalworking. They are hand painted to evoke shells and pearlescence.
Understood. It flows through you. A watery hand comes up from the pool and snags hold of the leg of this. She's still partially out of the water, and pulls her back, restraining her. So for your attack, you will actually get advantage on this attack.
Beautiful. Alrighty. So we are going to do Guiding Bolt using the trident as a conductor, just for funsies. That is going to be a 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Beautiful.
What type of damage is Guiding Bolt? Is that radiant?
I believe so. Let me pull up that spell.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is double damage for radiant.
Woo! Love that. All right. Let me dig out some more D4s then, or D6s. Let's see. There we go. Okay. All right. That is going to be 20 points of damage.
Dang.
Nice.
What does it look like when 20 points of radiant damage slams into this undead hag?
Feeling their goddess behind them, they stick their trident out, and you can almost feel the electricity in the air as the bolt shoots out and zaps the hag, and it's almost like the water conducts it through the hag's body as they convulse violently and shake till they drop limp.
And it freaks and it says you. I will twist your soul inside out, and you get this image in your mind of this pool and what it was perhaps used for long, long ago. You get this image in your head. You don't know if this is from your god or just, a clerical divine revelation. You can see this cleric having being grabbed from behind by a witch's hand with an iron grip and dunked their head into the water. And when they come out, their face is twisted in evil, literally having their goodness twisted into evil and set out in the world to do pain and sorrow. And that is the will of this thing, is to do that to all of you, but especially to you. And that will actually bring it to Lexicon.
Okay. He is a bit discombobulated, but stands up from where he landed. How far away did I land? Was like 10 feet away from the pool?
It was about 10 feet.
Okay, so I'm not actually in melee range at this point.
No, you can easily enter melee range. Your stop was you were stopped by a large stone that is directly behind you.
I am not going to do that, but I will bring up my fire tube on my shoulder and shoot a firebolt at her.
Okay.
And that is 22 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. Let's see what we get here. And that is 6 points of fire damage.
Nice. She is not vulnerable to fire. However, she is also not immune to it. So y'all have now done 30 points of fire as you bathe her in flame. And she screams again. By the way, this thing is clearly undead, but it is clearly sentient and aware, much more so than the thing that you were fighting before. And it does not appreciate you doing that, to be perfectly honest.
I imagine not. And he's going to step another 10 feet back.
All right. Now it's the hag's turn. she raises up her hands and she says, "Bones, pick yourself up!" And from all around, the bones just under the ground begin to rattle and begin to form themselves into skeletons. But something happens. Something interrupts her casting. And it fails. And the bones just back down to the ground. And a look of, in her remaining eyeball, of utter confusion in her eye. As she looks and sees that her spell has just failed. And since we're not playing the fast and loose of the first season, she can only cast one spell per round. So she is instead going to move with supernatural speed and come right up to you, Torrent. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Did she leave my my area to?
She sure did.
So
she sure did.
Excellent.
Absolutely, you can take an attack of an opportunity.
Excellent. Is she? Well, no, she was restrained, but she's no longer restrained, I'm guessing.
No. It was literally just for Torrent's turn.
Okay, let's do a little. There we go. 24. That's much better.
There you go.
That definitely hits.
With 10 points of damage total.
Nice. So imagine just this horrifying, almost skeletal thin witch woman with just shreds of clothing around her. Both of her hands are up in like the classic "I'm going to claw your eyeballs out," and she is just moving towards you, Torrent, with supernatural speed. As she does, you see this sword just flash out of nowhere, and the tips of her pinky and middle finger, boom, boom, hit the ground. And she screams, and like, she doesn't look back at you, Elaris, but you feel the hatred coming, waving off her in waves. Torrent, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
That is going to be a 20, not natural.
Nice. You succeed. She is trying to put the literal fear of death into you. You feel yourself, the first time you were a child and sitting in bed and you thought there was a monster under your bed and you realized that if it ate you, you would die. That was the first time you thought about death. And you sense this image trying to come back into your mind. Tell me how you fight it off.
Remembering that and feeling that fear course through me, I almost feel jolt of electricity and sound comes back into the moment, and I feel the air currents around me and everyone around me, and I realize this is nothing but a literal old hag in front of me. If I'm gonna die, it's not gonna be that.
And as you resist it, you actually see. You don't know if it's the power of your god or just simply your pure determination, but you can actually see her wither a little bit at your lack of fear. Like it seems to harm her. Like maybe 4 points worth of harming her. As something essential in her like is taken at your refusal to succumb to her fear.
And by the by, she also takes 2d4 damage of acid.
Nice. Let's roll that right now. Or do you go ahead and roll that?
Okay. That is 6 points of damage.
That is 50 points of damage. By the way, those bones that clattered back to the ground, they are still kind of like shuddering. Like they literally, you saw them start to build up into skeletons, and then they clattered back to the ground. But you still see it's like something is suppressing the spell. And that will bring it to Elaris.
Excellent. And so I turn to her and I say, listen, witch, I never gave you permission to leave my area and go attack my friends. So now you're going to face it. And I rush over to her and I attack with my short sword. Since I hit her with my short sword last time and I have Vex on that, I get advantage on this. And because of my elven accuracy, I get triple advantage. So a 19 to hit. And
that will hit.
Is a new turn, so I get my dreadful strikes back with a d4. That will be 13 points of damage on the first attack. Second attack, since it was a short sword, I get Vex again with advantage. A 25 to hit. No d4 this time. 11 points of damage. And then offhand with my second short sword, attacking again with advantage. I'm so close to a 20 this time. 26 to hit. For another 11 points of damage.
So I want to take a moment from the action to chat with Michael. So Michael, you and I share something in common, that we're both tremendously huge nerds, and we're both named Michael. So we've got that going. But you have done something really interesting with Red Dirt. Can you tell us about it?
Right. So about 5 years ago, I co-created the Red Dirt DND podcast. We wanted to have a podcast that wasn't so much Northwestern Europe like most of your podcasts, but more of an Americana feel, because we're from Oklahoma. So we decided to call it Red Dirt D&D. And we created about 5 years ago. We're now up to about 150,000 downloads and have since spawned into other shows, including 2 shows on YouTube called Mysteries of Beatrix and Red Dirt Outlaws, and a Pathfinder podcast called Wayfinder Legends. So we've grown into several different podcasts that have just been a great way to entertain, and almost all of them have music and sound effects like a classic radio show.
Oh, that is awesome. We at this podcast, while I don't do nearly as much as you, love music and sound effects. So I highly encourage everyone to check it out. And one more time, where can they find that?
Yes, they can find that anywhere they find podcasts. Just search for Red Dirt D&D, search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube, and you can search for Wayfinder Legends to find the Pathfinder podcast, again, wherever you get your podcasts.
Where fine podcasts are sold.
That's right.
And I will have all of those show notes in, but let's get back to the action.
Just Ginsu knife as much as I...
Elaris Nightrunner,
Yeah.
describe to me how you destroy this undead hag with your elven blades.
As I see her move away, the anger builds inside of me. And I know that even though I've known these people for such a short time, that they've become my friends, and I'm not going to allow her to hurt them at all. And so I come in first with 2 attacks on my right hand, just one across the back and then another one across the back. And then finally, my final attack is across the neck, chopping her head off and watching it fall to the floor.
And it screams, and you actually hear as the head is separated from the body, she says, "You will never find your sister," and then it is destroyed. And boom, boom, boom to the ground, and very rapidly the body decays and turns to dust, and the bones that were shaking fall back to the ground and are not. I would like everyone to give me a
Party.
Better yet, everyone tell me what your passive perception is, first of all.
Passive perception.
15.
Jack's
11.
pass.
Sorry, Jack.
Jack's is 16.
Okay.
Lars is
Torrent?
15.
Torrent is 12.
Okay. So Jack, you are you get the slightest glimpse of a figure just like moving out in the distance. You don't feel confident if you were to follow them that you'd be able to catch them. However, I never am telling y'all what to do. I'm just saying that like you just caught this very slight glimpse of movement in the distance in the dark. But the combat is over. What would y'all like to do?
Well, Jack.
I'm very sorry, everyone. I don't know what came over me. I just felt the need to learn.
Did you find out anything?
I think so. It was something like a nightmare, but also a memory.
Something possibly from your past.
It was vague. I am still trying to figure it out.
Well, here's something for you. There seems to have been somebody over there in the distance. I think that was very interested in our battle. I hope this gives you some extra knowledge that you can use. You did spectacular, and you, Mr. Elaris, you were fantastic. That was absolutely amazing. I wish I was as skilled as you.
I thank you. Well, it takes a lot of practice, but of course I've also been around for a very long time, so fortunately, they wasn't too hard at first I was kind of thrown off, but once I got over that initial shock, I was able to hone my skills and get in there.
Well, I'm only 15, so I hope that someday I have all your experience.
You're only 15? I have underwear older than you.
Oh, well.
So did you say you pointed out that person?
Yeah, I point out in the direction that I think I saw somebody.
If I look again, can I see?
There. By the time he tells you, there's nothing to see.
Okay.
Whatever it was just like a shape in the darkness. Now, obviously, like you have elven vision and everything, but they're literally gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah. However, what you do realize, Elaris, when you do look in that way, that is the direction that you were taking them.
Excellent. Well, it looks like we should. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mike.
No, go. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
It looks like we should probably get you folks to your alchemist.
That would probably be a
wonderful.
good idea.
And perhaps we could avoid chancing death this time.
I agree. Avoiding death is always a good idea. Does anyone need any healing or anything like that? Is everyone okay?
Yeah, I'm over half, so I think I'm okay as long as we don't run into anything else.
Well, why don't I cast Cure Wounds on you? That way we can.
If you insist.
Yeah, just a couple D8s here.
You just
be...
like, yep.
So 10 points of healing.
That is plenty. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Jack has used both of his first level spells, so he can't cure anybody.
Just like Jack, you have never tried to heal a Warforged before, and you weren't 100% sure it would work. But it does, and absolutely heals him, and you see that his body, where like you say, the dents and bangs and cuts do heal. And you sense the living essence that is within him that responds to your healing.
Huh. That is amazing. It's like I know your body is metal, but as much as I deal with nature, there is something very alive about you. You don't seem just like a metal construct. There's more about you, my friend Lexicon, than meets the eye.
Thank you.
When you say that, Elaris, suddenly you had heard that woman's voice, Lexicon, and you had seen like her figure in the distance. Right. But in that moment when he says that, there's a whoom, and you see her face. She is probably about maybe 40 years old. She's human. She has like just the straightest brown hair you can imagine. Like it is just like supernaturally straight. And it's got this little bang thing, but the hair hangs down like almost to her waist. And she's looking at you, and she goes, "There's something more inside you. You know, you're not just an instrument. You know, not just an instrument of," and then boom, you pop back to where you are, but you have never had a memory that clear before.
At least that I recall.
With your current iteration, yeah.
Interesting. I will turn to the elf and say, "Do you recognize the wood that I am made from?"
Do I?
Extremely hard.
Give me a check, Elaris.
Yeah. Do you want to do survival or nature? Not very good at nature.
Either one. Either one is perfect.
I'm actually going to give myself guidance on this one, too. See, as I'm looking over his body, there's a natural 20, 21, 29.
Oh,
Damn.
hells yeah.
Damn. So you
War
are
drop.
not...
Here we go.
You are not on friendly terms with the Frost Elves that live in the Frostspire, far to the north, west of where you are. But you've had dealings with them, and they're dicks. They're kind of dicks. They're kind of dicks. But you had a bit of a tryst with a young Frostspire woman who just hated your guts, and yet these things happen from time to time. As things go, passing in the night. And one of the things that you learned about was the wood that is cut down from these mountains is almost supernaturally hard. But she told you that there is a secret process that they do. That so if you just cut down this tree, it is like the best wood for like shaping masts and building boats, and it's the major export. They don't like anyone, but they're happy to take their money, you know, that kind of thing. But what she told you is there is a process that can create a wood that is so dense that it's as strong and resilient as metal. And this kind of Frostspire wood
of that ilk is a secret among these people, but it is used in magical ways, and it is called frostbite. And it is they literally trap the essence of ice inside the wood permanently, and that supernatural cold and hardness makes it more powerful than any normal wood, and it gives it certain magical properties, and you recognize it.
All right, and so I tell them all this, and I say, if you're looking for where this wood might have come from, probably up in the northwest, and you could probably talk to the snow elves, and if you run into a female snow elf, for frost elf, by the name of Alba, probably best not to mention my name. I didn't leave it all on a very good term. But I would check out the frost elves up in the northwest to find answers to maybe what it is that created your body.
That is very much appreciated.
Excellent. You are taking all of this in, and as you kind of like do a self-diagnostic lexicon, you almost feel like you can feel the cold, but not in a bad way. Not in a bad way at all. Like it's like a strength, like a force that is inside you. But it's kind of like feeling your own hand. You didn't know it until you knew to look for it.
Right.
Also, Jack, you have heard of rumors of magical wood like this, and you know that your creations could be very well made if you were to make it from something like this.
Oh, okay.
Don't get any ideas, rabbit.
So if you he doesn't really need his leg. I'm just saying.
We're gonna do a Rocket Raccoon thing. How much for the leg?
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that leg. Think of the squirt guns I can make from it. But is there anything else y'all would like to do before we move on?
Yep.
Okay.
I would say maybe give a cursory glance of where the hag landed, just in case she left anything behind.
All right. Let me see a it's not investigation. Perception. Thank you. Perception check.
Investigation might work because it's hands-on looking.
Okay, I will allow it.
And I'll give you guidance on that. So give yourself a D4 on that.
D4.
Yeah.
Lovely. Let's see. 15, 17, 21.
Okay. The truth is her body hit the ground and turned to dust, but her clothes didn't, and everything on her didn't. There actually is several things on here. The first thing that you find is an iron flask. It is completely empty. But Jack, you think that this would be really good for alchemical items, and you think that if you use this in crafting alchemical items, it may possibly give them an advantage because of its nature. So we can talk about that more later.
Sweet. I will hand that to him.
Speaking of things of the alchemical nature, you find a flask of oil, and there is definitely something magical about this flask of oil. It seems ethereal, like it's almost phasing in and out of reality. And so whoever wants to write that down in their inventory, right now you have it, Lexicon. Do you want to give it to anyone else?
I will hand it to the Axolotl.
Ooh.
Yes. So
All
keep
right, let's write that down.
keep a flask of oil with ethereal properties. And last but not least, you find a bag. You find a bag.
Oh, is it our arbitrary first level adventuring troop bag of holding?
Why? Well, you want to try putting some in it?
Well, I will open it and see if there's anything in there.
There does not appear to be anything in there.
Turn it
Okay.
inside out.
Yeah, I'll just reach in, see if there's anything at the bottom of the bag,
Yep. You come back with your arm neatly severed. No, just kidding.
Oh,
No. There does not appear to be anything inside. But as you put your hand in, it does do the where your hand goes farther down than it should, and it does appear to be a bag of holding.
It's bigger on the inside.
oh.
We'll call it TARDIS.
And there actually is 3 jewels, or I should say jewelry, on the ground that you think maybe was like on her hands, fingers.
Right.
Maybe one was cut off when Elaris did his dark deeds. They are all in very unpleasant configurations, like a cat screaming or a mouth open wide. However, the jewels on them are jewels, and you think that they are probably collectively worth about 140 gold. So
Okay.
whoever wants to hold on to those 3 gems, they are worth about 140 gold.
I will put them in the bag.
Jack looks
That is
very
a-
forlorn that he does not get to hold the treasure.
Oh, did you want to carry them? You can carry the bag if you like.
Oh, only if you insist. Okay, thank you. And he takes it and he secures it among all the other bags, and he has quite the collection of bags all around his waist, and it blends in, and he seems quite pleased.
All right. Well, Elaris, you think the way that figure disappeared to that Jack saw is the way that y'all want to go, as far as getting to this location.
As we start heading that way, do I see any kind of footprints?
Give me a survival check.
Yep. 18.
18. Okay. So you have encountered many creatures in your time. You have never met a axolotl before. Right. You have never met a I apologize. What's the rabbit race?
Oh, sorry.
Fey rabbit.
A fey rabbit. Yeah, you've never met a fey rabbit before. You've never met a
Herringon. Yeah.
Herringon.
Yeah, Herringon. You've never met a Warforged. So this is a entirely new party to you. But you have met a tabaxi before.
Aha.
And this is clearly the paw prints of a tabaxi not wearing shoes. You're almost certain of it.
Excellent. So, do they seem to be going in the same direction that we are heading?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Then we shall follow them.
Okay. So y'all make your way on. As the sun is just starting to come out, y'all are getting pretty tired. You have been traveling for a long time, and you've been through 2 pretty nasty battles. You're starting to get kind of worn out as you're making you're thinking you're gonna have to stop and rest at some point. And just as the sun is starting to come up over one of the hills nearby, it's like the sunbeam falls on a entrance to a cave, and you look at your maps, that each one you have that is identical to each other, where it's marked Archivist, and you think that is an entrance, and you see a figure outside the cave, but it is not a tabaxi. It is, and that's where we'll end. Chafing Armor, episode 5. Thank you all for playing.
Thank you.
That's great. Fantastic. Yeah.
And thank you all so much. And of course, thank you so much, Michael, for taking the time to play with us. Michael, can you tell everybody where they can find you?
Yes, you can find me on the social media at Red Dirt DND. You can find us at reddirtdnd.com. And you can find us on YouTube. Just search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube to see all of our shows.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you all so much. Check out Chafing Armor at patreon.com/Chafing Armor to see all of our wonderful extras. And until then, we will roll with you soon.